Here now, entertainment attorney Tre Lovell to talk about the case. Good morning to you and appreciate you being here. What will the judge be considering in this request to release Diddy now at this point in this case?
Yeah, good morning, Marnie. So there's really two things the judge is considering. Is P. Diddy a flight risk if he's out, and will he be attempting to tamper with witnesses and obstruct justice? Those are the real issues that the hearing is going to take care of today. And it's very important for Diddy. It's so difficult when you're incarcerated to prepare for your defense. You know, your lawyers don't always have undeniable access to you. Sometimes there's times when they can't reach you. And just being in the cell and monitored is a lot more difficult. So it's very important for Diddy's team that he be allowed on bail so he can help with the defense, as well as just obviously the great discomfort is of being incarcerated.
So let's say the judge says, okay, we'll release you as this case is pending. Is there certain parameters they could set up to prevent him from taking off?
Oh, absolutely. And that's really what the hearing is also going to be about. How can Diddy's team comfort the judge to show him that Diddy is going to be surveilled, is going to have 24/7 detention and monitoring, he doesn't have access to the outside, showing all these things to convince the court, hey, he's not going to be a flight risk, he's not going to tamper with witnesses, he's not going to have communications with other people. We can assure the court that. And the ability to convince the court that they can input the constrictions and proper conditions to prevent Diddy from obstructing justice, that's what's going to get him out on bail.
What about these notes in this raid of his jail cell, and now what's being called prosecutorial errors in the case? How problematic is this?
You know, I think it's very problematic for the government if it's true in terms of them seizing attorney-client communications and work product that he's using to prepare for trial. You know, when you're fighting to get out on bail, and the court and the government are saying, no, we're going to keep you incarcerated. And then while you're under their control, they go and they're taking things that are helping their case and disadvantaging your case. It's really an egregious abuse of your constitutional rights. So if they did this and they actually seized materials that they shouldn't have, it's one thing going in and seizing contraband and drugs, but why are they seizing legal pads? Why are they seizing notes? And so there's a lot of questions to be answered, and it's going to taint the prosecution a little bit. It's going to piss off the judge, and it's going to help the Diddy's team in terms of trying to get him out on bail.
Right. And then once the case proceeds, I mean, is that, small as it may seem or big as it may seem, enough to get the case thrown out altogether?
You know, I don't know if they can get the case thrown out, but a lot of times when the government seizes evidence, you know, through unconstitutional or improper means, one of the sanctions is they can't use it. So whatever they've seized, they can't use that evidence, and they can't use anything that is derived from it. So depending on how material the evidence is, it can put a big chink in the government's case. But I don't think it would rise to the level of actually getting a dismissal at this point.
We've seen the allegations stack up one after another, even since he has been arrested. How complicated is this case moving forward?
Marnie, this is getting so complicated. There are civil lawsuit after civil lawsuits that have been filed, and more are coming. And from those civil lawsuits, the government is taking a great look at all those and getting more witnesses and potentially getting more victims and just increasing, you know, the prosecution and the criminal side of this. So this seems to be a snowball that just keeps rolling down a very, very long hill. And we don't even see an end to it yet. So it is a constant monitoring of new evidence, new victims, new facts by the government. Diddy's team having to deal with more and more civil lawsuits, as well as obviously the criminal prosecution that's the most imperative at the point.
Well, today will be a big day. We'll see if he does, in fact, get released. Tre Lovell, as always, thank you.
Thank you so much.